do this.
All my friends don't care about everything as long as you got a story to bring. We'll take you along, take you along.
Hey long distance besties, and welcome to a week of what I ate in my life. I do just want to start with a really quick disclaimer that I'm not saying that this is how you should be eating, and honestly nor am I saying that this is how I always eat. This just happened to be what I was eating in one particular and honestly really quite busy week of my life. So some of it is a bit all over the place, but hopefully some of these recipes can help you out, and it is all in the caption down below, so look down there if you need any help, but I will also guide you through it now. I'm starting in a bit of a rogue place, which is my Monday night dinner. I had a really yummy mac and cheese, which is definitely one of my comfort meals, and I think my secret ingredient is sriracha. I seasoned my chicken with it, as well as some pepper, garlic powder, and salt. And then as you can see, I'm just making the sauce now, which is just the roux, and then I'm just kind of alternating, adding milk, cheese, some cream cheese, basically just until I get the consistency that I like. Also, at this point, I always make way too much sauce. So this is a pretty good meal to have if you also want to have it afterwards for the next couple of days. You can just put it in your cupboard, well, not your cupboard, you should definitely be putting it in your fridge, and then be eating it the days after. Potentially doesn't look the most appetizing, but I do promise that this was absolutely delicious. And you can see me and my boyfriend enjoying it very much. He will get very tired by the end of this week with me constantly harassing him. But anyway, moving on to Tuesday. Basically start every day off with a cup of tea, so you're going to be seeing that a lot in this video. And then I've been a really big fan of breakfast bagels recently. I just feel like they're so filling, and especially if you're a little bit on the go, like I've been going to the library quite a lot lately, it's just a good thing to like really fill you up. And honestly, like if you're having a late breakfast, which I usually do because I do have a bit of a terrible sleep schedule, it really does keep you going throughout the day. But yeah, I just fried up some eggs. I like scrambled eggs the most, and I did it with some kimchi and tomatoes, some seasoning. Kimchi, honestly, if you haven't had it in your scrambled eggs, it really is a big one in my opinion. And then I just added some bacon, and as you can see, I was a very, very happy gal. And it was time for a bit of an afternoon snack, and I had some gruel, which for some reason I didn't actually film myself making, but basically it's just yogurt, porridge, protein powder, a little bit of milk, sometimes some kefir, and then sometimes I put some fruit in it, frozen blueberries this time, I'm pretty sure. And I froze it this time. You can also have it warm. I just think it's really, really yummy and really filling. And now we're gonna check in with past me for my dinner. Okay, don't mind me doing an absolutely shit job of what I eat in a week. We're going to a pub quiz and we're running a tiny bit late, so we're just eating our leftover mac and cheese. And we've definitely just been shoveling food in our faces. And Zach just finished his, and I was like, shit, I forgot to film. So here's my mac and cheese. It doesn't look any different to whenever we ate it last, but the mac and cheese was delicious. Wish me luck to win the pub quiz, hopefully, because we're being academic weapons today. And then also me and Zach are still gonna go to the library and study, so I guess I'll see you guys for breakfast. I lied, and I'm bringing you guys along with us for the pub quiz and for the tequila shots and pint of Guinness that me and Zach chose to have, despite the fact that we did in fact end up going to the library. As you can see, wasn't loving that, but yeah, we did end up getting a little snack. Honestly, I was feeling a little bit tipsy, and I decided to splurge on one of the £5 Tesco meal deals. If you're spending a lot of your time at the library and you're buying meal deal after meal deal, I think it's a nice little treat. That sandwich was really, really good. I think it was the deli meats one, and it's a £5, which a bit expensive, but it is significantly cheaper than therapy for all my academic toils. Anyway, speaking of therapy, let's start Wednesday with some crepes, and I didn't drop it. As you can tell, I was a bit scared, but they all turned out quite successfully, which I felt like for me is an achievement because for the longest time I wasn't really good at making crepes. But yeah, this is me having them. I really like having it with cocoa powder, which I think is less of a thing in Britain, but in Hungary it is definitely a big thing, so I'd recommend trying it out. And here's me having a little coffee because me and Zach and our friend Chloe went on a little study date. Very, very much in the middle of exam season, guys, but we are trying to get through it. And here is me having a little dinner treat with my friend Chloe. We have a special guest.
Who? Where?
We're making a stir fry, which is very exciting.
Yes.
Hopefully it's gonna slap. I'm really hungry and I'm also stressed as fuck about my exam. And you guys are gonna criticize me because this is like the fakest thing to call cooking. I bought one of those like meal deal, like stir fry things that you can get at Tesco.
That's still cooking.
But you know what? I'll add like sauces and spices and shit, so
yeah,
it'll be yummy. Fake cooking, but also definitely a good university life hack. I think these meal deals are like £3.50 or something, because they're not like the regular meal deal, but like they're a cooked meal deal, and honestly really good. I had some leftover chicken that I made when I was was cooking for the mac and cheese, and that's also something, as someone who doesn't particularly like handling raw meat, cooking chicken in batch is so good. And as you can see, that's me shoveling some food in my mouth, and with that we're moving on to Thursday. And Thursday is a bit of a rogue filming day. I had an exam this morning, so I'm pretty sure I did eat something beforehand, but clearly wasn't in the mood to film, and then I had some yummy cake and coffee as a little treat, and then we're checking in with Past Me again. So I just had my exam and I think it went okay, which is a massive relief, and I treated myself to some KFC, and then we played a game of Monopoly and I won. You know what? It's made me feel lucky. I feel like I'm having a nice day. I'm about to go and grab a drink with some of my friends from my course, and then I'm just gonna go home, cook some dinner, and then have a lazy evening, hopefully. That did not happen. Instead, here is some very questionable footage of me, my friend Nikki, and Lizzie. And then we're gonna check in with slightly drunk me, definitely not at home. Listen guys, I sort of fucked up. I'm a bit drunk. I've just had some leftover KFC, a piece of white bread dipped in gravy, and I'm about to have some noodles. So this is not the height of a what I eat in a week video, but I promise that if you stick around it's gonna get better. I already have breakfast plans. I know some people are fans of a greasy fry up when they're hungover, but I feel like every time I'm hungover, I just need like fruit, refreshing things. So here's me chopping up some strawberries and making myself a bit of a granola yogurt bowl. This was so yummy, so refreshing, and also surprisingly filling actually. And as you can see, even though I was feeling hungover and really needing that water, that was me studying yet again. For lunch, I was just making myself some simple pasta, but I cooked up a lot more chicken and also a lot more vegetables than I was going to be using in this specific recipe, because I knew I wanted to make these like taco boat things later on, so I thought I would just make my vegetables and also my chicken right now. After cooking everything up in a tomato sauce, I put some of it away in the fridge, and then some of it I added some cream cheese to, because that's basically how you make pasta, right? And then for a little after dinner treat, me and my friend Zara went to Elan, and honestly it was like 16 quid for a coffee and a cake, and they bought us the wrong coffee, so I don't know if I would recommend that hard, guys, I'm not gonna lie. And then, like I wasn't already spending way too much money, I went to ESF, the Edinburgh street food place. Honestly, that was really good. We just shared a bunch of random stuff, and then I ate my leftover cake, which was actually quite yummy, but as I said, a little bit overpriced. And that takes us to Friday, which I started off with some porridge. This was actually really yummy. It was the cinnamony porridge, and then I put some biscuit in it, added some honey, made myself a cup of tea, and then just had a chill little morning because I decided I deserved a bit of time off studying. And then this is me making some sausage rolls because they had discounted puff pastry, and yeah, basically really easy. Put mustard in some of them, no mustard in the others because my boyfriend doesn't like mustard. And then I just put those little hot dog sausages, rolled it up, popped it in the oven, and honestly, this was so good. And while that was in the oven, I got started in my little taco boats that I was telling you about. Chopped up some veg, put that in the, do you call these taco boats? I don't really know what you call them, but I loaded them up with some guacamole and salsa as well, and these slapped and lined my stomach so well for a little night out because it was my friend's birthday, and we had some delicious cake from Patisserie Valerie. And that does conclude this week of what I eat in a week. So I love you guys lots, and I'll see you soon.